At the half, 21-point comeback win is the largest in the NFL this season, in case you're wondering. Bills did it to the Patriots week 15. Cowboys did it to the Eagles back in week 12 in Arlington. It was 21-zip. It's 24-24. 2 minutes to go. 6 total timeouts on the board. Here's Robinson to the LA 49. A gain of 5 where Jared Verse, who made that special teams play and the field goal block for the touchdown, made the tackle.
Yeah, you look at this net right now, Joe, where they are for Zane Gonzalez. His career long is 57 yards, means get to the 39-yard line. And, you know, you're talking about, 8 yards is what they need. So that was a good first down run. And they can start trying to take some time off this clock, but they're knocking on the door at least being able to get in field goal range.
Bijan Robinson starts, stops, hits the Jets. A missed tackle by Landman along the way, and a gain of 4. So 3rd down and a yard coming up.
Boy, that's you look at this. I thought Sean McVay might start trying to use some timeouts.
They're letting it run down under a minute. Three timeouts, not using any here on defense before 3rd and 1. You have to think one's coming after this play. Robinson, first down plus, got a good block from Tyler Algier. Helped lead him, and a 10-yard gain. And with that, now just 38 seconds remain, and the Falcons are inside field goal range.
Well, you take a look. Yeah, you've got Algier, 2-back set. He's in the backfield. Get the ball to Bijan Robinson and let him do his thing. On the earlier run, the play before this, he does a great job of making Nate Landman miss to get really positive yards. Here, he goes and gets the first down, and now they're well within range.
Bijan Robinson 5 yards away from a 200-yard game. Algier, nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, and Byron Young made the stop, and now timeout is taken.
Not surprised they go to Tyler Algier. He has never fumbled in his career in the NFL. But you think back to the blocked field goal by Jared Verse, that you'd like to get, forget the blocked field goal, you'd like to get closer anyway, but especially with that in the back of your mind, you'd like to not have to line drive a shot to get it through the uprights.
Rams took the timeout before a 2nd down and 9 with 35 seconds left. The Falcons started the year with Younghoe Koo as their kicker. They released him after week 1. Parker Romo came in, had that big first game at Minnesota, went 5 for 5. He was finished after week 9, and it's been Zane Gonzalez since, his 8th game with the Falcons. 2nd down and 9. Algier cutting back, and he's to the line of scrimmage again, and that is it. Timeout again by the Rams. Time now for our game recap, brought to you by Royal Caribbean. Bijan Robinson went 93 yards to make it 21-0. Terrence Ferguson, the rookie for the Rams, with the touchdown for LA, and then the blocked field goal for the touchdown made it 24-17, and now it's a 24-24 game after the Puka Nacua touchdown on the catch and run. But the Falcons are in position, trying to spoil the party here for the LA Rams. Bijan Robinson still on the sideline, which is odd. That's 3 straight runs by Algier, who has never fumbled in his career, but it's 4th down. And the field goal unit will come on eventually here after the Rams use their last timeout. It'll be a 51-yard try.
Yeah, it is an interesting choice. And I know there's people at home that are asking that very question with Bijan Robinson on the sidelines. As we talked about, Joe, Algier, he's been rock solid carrying the football and hanging on to it. But we saw what Bijan was able to do even on this drive make some people miss, move the chains. Sure seems like maybe they could have been a little more aggressive with Bijan and made this a little bit closer, but that we'll never know.
Gonzalez has hit from 56 and 37 tonight, 5 of 7 on the year from 50 plus with the Falcons. This from 51 to regain the lead. He got it, split the uprights, and the Falcons back on top by 3 with 21 seconds left.
Pretty smooth operation right there. Zane Gonzalez just got ice water running through his veins. He put it right down the middle.
Zane's been with Cleveland, Arizona, Carolina. 6 games with Washington last year, and now his 8th game with the Falcons this year. He's bounced around, but he put a smile on the face of Arthur Blank. And Stafford will have, at the moment, 21 seconds to do something about it. Bijan Robinson tonight ran for 195 yards, added 34 more through the air on 5 catches. And you see the game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime, most by any active quarterback, but it is stacked up against him now. No timeouts. And to me, if you can, you make the Rams, if you're the Falcons, return the kick. Take some more time off the clock. Instead, into the end zone it goes, and 21 seconds remain. I do not understand that.
Yeah,
I see it week after week. And I know you may give up a kick return, a big one, but trust your team to make a tackle and take some more time off the clock.
I agree with that, Joe. I think there's a time when you can't coach to lose, and you got to coach to win, and that's one of those examples. You got to trust the guys that are on the field to do their jobs.
Rams need 30 yards in 21 seconds with no timeouts. Stafford, he's got a man wide open with Xavier Smith. What a chance that was, and Stafford can't believe it. 2nd and 10.
Well, they got everything they wanted. The Falcons are trying to show too deep, and then Jesse Bates, he drops down here. The safety comes to the middle, and nobody then picks up the outside receiver. And this was an opportunity. If they hit Smith in stride, he's a burner. He's their deep threat, and if he catches that, not only is it a big play and are they in field goal range, he's in the end zone.
Again, no timeout. 2nd down now, and they're going to blow this one dead. And McVay.
Prior to snap, Atlanta takes its first timeout, a 30-second timeout.
They're going to have to put time back on the clock, and they do. You could see McVay saying, how's their 13 seconds? There's now 16 seconds left as they put 3 back on.
Boy, you can spend you can go a whole game and not get that look, and they haven't. But to have that in this situation, I was shocked to see Jesse Bates kind of trying to take that intermediate zone area away, because immediately with that high release to the corner, it was an opportunity for a big play. It just has not been Matthew Stafford's night.
So after the blown coverage, the Falcons take a timeout. 2nd down. Aired out. Tutu Atwell has it hit off his hands. And now 9 seconds remain. And boy, have they had 2 chances here on these last 2 plays, but it's 3rd and 10.
Well, Tutu Atwell is the other guy. So you've got Xavier Smith and then Tutu Atwell. Those are the 2 guys that can really run. And he had an opportunity, you see right here at the very end, just trying to, he's got one hand
Well, I tell you, they may have missed a pass interference.
I agree with you. He goes up kind of with one arm. He's holding that arm down. I think that's pass interference.
That was D. Alford in coverage, and he had a hold of Tutu Atwell's arm. No call. And now here we are again with a timeout taken by Atlanta. I mean, let's take another look at that. Downfield with Atwell and Alford. Watch the left arm of Atwell and the grab here, not allowing his arm to go up to make the catch. That's a missed call.
And that's a good point, Joe. I mean, that first arm, it's hand fighting, but the second time he holds the left arm down right when he's trying to make the catch, that's a pass interference.
I tell you that I hear what you're saying in real time. That's a hard one to pick up, I think. And
yeah, I agree with you. It can be absolutely hard in real time because you see them hand fighting off each other. It is a foul, though.
Yeah, because Atwell, he kind of was pushing just a tad there himself, but two big opportunities which you wouldn't expect to see in this situation.
They got to go to the sideline now. It's Nacua. He grabbed it. Was it a catch? The officials are getting together to talk. Let's take a look. They have not ruled whether it's a catch or not.
I mean, how do you even
Ruling
give
on the
that?
field is an incomplete pass. Brings up 4th down from the previous spot.
Well, I mean, what am I seeing that they don't? Because that looks like a catch.
I think this is a better look at it.
That's incredible. That's a one-handed, left-handed
That's a catch. Both feet were in bounds. That's a catch.
He definitely gets both feet down as long as he maintains control of that ball through contact with the ground. That's a catch.
And A.J. Terrell, I mean, he had his hand in there. I'm not sure how Puka's even making this play, but that's a catch. That's amazing.
That's going to give the Rams a chance. Does the ball come out there?
Well, it came loose there at the end.
And that shot changes everything. On that shot, you can see the ball did come loose as he's going to the ground. This is an incomplete pass.
Boy, that last look. He's got it.
Yeah, right here.
Watch the ball come out right there. And he loses control.
Yep. Yeah, wow. What an effort.
And by the time he regains control of it, the Rams think it's a catch. They're going down to the other end. Bijan Robinson doesn't. I mean, it's an unbelievable effort by a guy that just continues to astonish. But that ball came out, and by the time he re-grabs it,
the ruling
he's
on
out.
the field stands as called. It is an incomplete pass. Brings up 4th down.
That last look, when you look at it from that angle, it looks like a catch all the way, but it was not.
And had it have been a catch, now they're in a position where they can actually run a play. They got one more play, and they could get to the end zone rather than trying to manufacture and create something here with 5 seconds left.
Now it's 4th down. That would have put them in field goal range in this 3-point game if that was a catch.
Yeah, you're right.
But there are now 5 seconds left, and the Rams, who were hoping to win out, secure the number 5 seed, are down to one final play.
This is going to take all the armor he's got.
And now just before the play, again, the Falcons take a timeout. The Rams can still get a 5 seed with a loss tonight. They would need a win in Week 18 against Arizona and then root for a Seattle win at San Francisco Week 18. And again, the difference between the 5 and 6 seed is the 5 seed goes to either Carolina or Tampa Bay. And the 6 seed would have a road date with either Chicago or Philadelphia. As it is, that would become a much more difficult assignment.
Wow, what a game this has been.
Raheem Morris is bringing his deepest men back up a little tighter. They were back down near the end zone.
Yeah, he didn't want him getting the ball with too much space between the ball carrier and the defender.
Down the sideline, and it's Broken up by Terrell. No time left on the clock, and the Falcons win it by 3. Nacua the target, and Raheem Morris. And the Falcons get their 3rd consecutive win. A lot of love and respect between those two guys. Stafford, a 3-interception night. And it's a 3-game win streak for Raheem Morris, with his team out of playoff contention. And Stafford's MVP chase takes a hit tonight. Here's that last play.
Just seeing if they couldn't come up with something to at least give themselves an opportunity to catch it, get out. Just really great win by this Atlanta team. You know, they had it under control. The Rams come back, tie it up, and they showed a lot of resolve. Atlanta did. Going right back down the field, not letting it get away from them completely, and coming up with a win.
There was 1 second remaining after that incompletion. It was 4th down, so they're not going to bother with the 1 second. And the incompletion ends the night. And we'll send it down to Laura Rutledge with Bijan Robinson.
All right, thank you, Joe. Bijan, as you watched that final offensive possession for the Rams, what were you thinking?
Well, first off, I got to give honor to God. You know, Jesus has put us through a lot of adversity, but in this moment right here, He let us get this win. So I got to give all the glory to Him, and you know, it's just so much peace to know that God is in control of this whole team, control of all of us. So He's what drives me, He's what drives us as a team, and I got to keep giving Him praise on and off the field. But yeah, I thought He caught the ball. So we were all looking at each other, and we were like, no way He caught this ball to end the game, and obviously it was incomplete. So, man, praise God, and we got the win. Let's go.
Your 93-yard touchdown run, the longest in your career ever, was kind of surprising considering how great your career has been. What allowed that play to have success?
It was the O-line and the downfield blocking, the backside blocking. Obviously, I just had to make one miss, and there was a guy in the hole, and I had to make him miss a little bit, and then, I got to use my speed, and it was cool because people think I'm kind of slow a little bit, but I'm like, man, if I get some space, we'll take it. So that was a really big moment for the team, and just a big momentum changer for us, and it was really huge.
Yeah, I don't think you look very slow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Joe.
Yeah, Laura, that 93-yarder, longest of his career in college or in the NFL. 2 touchdowns for Bijan, 229 total yards, and that record 93-yard touchdown run, a Falcons record. As we look at the playoff picture, the top of it hasn't changed after tonight, but you see the Rams now are in the number 6 position. Number 5 is not completely out of reach, but it gets more difficult for Sean McVay's team after this loss tonight.